Welcome to the Ricky Matthews Show from the Citizens Bank Studio. It's Wednesday, as we all know, and that means it's Singing River Health Talk. Hey, I just want to share something with you real quick. I actually attended my class reunion this past weekend. It was terrific to see so many old friends. And, it's interesting when I get out and talk to people about my show, get so much feedback, but people tend to mention Singing River Health Talk. And in particular, one of my classmates mentioned that she had listened to one of our shows, and that actually led to her going to Singing River to seek out a specific doctor that I'd had on my show and had a really good outcome. I love hearing stories like that. It's all about educating and helping people see so many different angles. We talked to, a wide range of professionals, mostly doctors, who share their passion for patient care and for staying on the cutting edge. This innovative approach that Singing River is using toward healthcare, investing, as I've said many, many times, millions and millions of dollars in the latest equipment so they can have doctors who are operating on the cutting edge as far as all of the special treatments for a wide range of challenges that we have as human beings. So it's been great to share those stories on Singing River Health Talk each week. Today, actually, we have a hospital administrator, and we'll bring her on in and introduce you to Heather Porter, who has a very wide range of responsibilities. She has a terrific career path, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But she's a hospital administrator at Singing River Gulfport and also executive director of support services, and someone who was on my show actually a few years ago during the COVID year. So it's been a while since I've seen her, but Heather, it's good to see you, and thanks for joining me on the show.
Good to see you too, Ricky. Thanks for having us.
So I'm assuming that you're sitting in your office at Gulfport.
I am. Yeah, a little different than the last time that we met.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is, and we're actually going to talk a little bit more about that as we continue to share your story and the story of Singing River Gulfport 5-year anniversary. It doesn't seem like 5 years. Some ways it feels like it's always been there. In other ways, it feels like it was just yesterday, doesn't it?
That's true. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday that we had our first day here, and then other times it feels like a lot longer. So it's been very interesting. Fast but slow. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but yeah, it's been great.
Well, listen, in preparation for the show, I had the opportunity to look at some of these milestones, and we'll go through those here in just a second. But it's been quite a journey for you guys as you continue to increase the services that are available to citizens. One of the things you want to do is give healthcare options to people as close to their home as you possibly can, in a wide variety of areas. And again, we're going to go back and take a look at that here in just a second. What was interesting in studying your past, incidentally, you've been active in the community, and two of them, United Way of South Mississippi and Goodwill Industries of South Mississippi. I was involved in both of those, for a matter of fact.
Oh, wow.
I was on the board for Goodwill for 10 years, chairman of the board along the way, super active in United Way throughout my career. But, somewhere along the way, someone taught you that giving back to the community was important, didn't they?
They did. And I really love working with both of those organizations. Kathy Springer's phenomenal, Goodwill and what they do for the community and those that are less fortunate and in need is, it's just, I don't see how you can't say yes to those things. So,
I'm with you 100%. Yeah, that was how I felt for a year. So you've been kind of a dynamic leader for like 25 plus years. When you got into nursing, did you ever expect that you would end up being a hospital administrator, kind of focused on continuous improvement and all the things that you're focused on these days?
I don't know that I would have predicted being a hospital administrator, but my first year of nursing came with a lot of challenges. You learn the school way of doing things, and then you get in the real world and you realize that it's maybe a little bit different. And you also realize the challenges that are in healthcare, probably like any industry once you get out of college. But I knew that during a shift, I could only make a difference for the patients that I touched. and I really wanted to make a difference on a bigger scale. And I knew the only way to do that was leadership. So I graduated nursing school in '96, and within about 4 years, I was in a leadership role. So we're 25 years in various leadership roles. So I guess the short answer to your question is maybe.
Hey, what's interesting, you got an associate degree, and some of the associate degree programs in Mississippi are some of the best in the country. Then you went on to get a bachelor's in nursing. But then it was interesting. Maybe you understood where your path was. You went on to get a master's of business administration, an MBA. So, which, by the way, I have one. That's not an easy degree to get when you don't have an undergraduate degree in business, but you did it. But you must have seen administration was going to be in your future of some sort.
I believe I did. And, 25 years ago, it wasn't normal for healthcare personnel to go into a business. But, that's what a healthcare system is. We are here to take care of people. But if we're not, I don't say profitable, but if we can't lose money and continue to provide care.
Yeah, so no, I get it. Yeah. Well, leadership's about inspiring others. It's about being willing to get in the trenches with the people that work with you and building a strong team. And you've had a history of that, haven't you?
I think so. Probably during COVID is one of the biggest stories. I can remember coming to work and, at the time I was not in the administrator role. I was the chief nursing executive for this particular facility. And, I was taking care of patients along with the nursing staff. So you certainly have to be, I know I tell my people, I'm not your boss, I'm your team member. And I think that's what it's about. I think that's what leadership is about.
Well, listen, okay, so let's kind of retrace some of these steps. Singing River comes into Gulfport in October 2020 with this, this growth mindset, this focus on innovation, and dedicated to improving healthcare all over coastal Mississippi. And it didn't take you long to start adding stuff. In January 2021, a new vision center for stabilizing adults experiencing withdrawal from alcohol and drugs. In February, the Singing River Singing River Sleep Center opens. And in April 2021, cardiac care got expanded with the heart catheterization lab. In 2021 as well, in September, the Cancer Center opens. But that's just 2021. So, a lot happened really rapidly to advance the care at Singing River Gulfport, didn't it?
It did. That was, and I hate to keep bringing up COVID, but that was an interesting year between all of that and COVID and maneuvering and managing all of those new services bringing to the community. It was interesting. Granted, when I came into the building, we had around 10 patients, and we grew to a maximum census of 110 patients. Granted, that was part of the services, but that was also part of COVID. So certainly there's a piece of both that came at the same time, which was very interesting that year. So yes, it was a very busy year.
So yeah, actually this notion about bridging, helping create a bridge for patients for long-term recovery from alcohol and drugs, this new vision facility, that's been a great addition to the hospital, hasn't it?
It has. We actually had the service in Pascagoula prior to purchasing this particular building in Gulfport. And I would say the hot spot or the most of the overdoses are more in this community. So we decided to move that service over here in order to serve the community. So we medically detox anywhere from 10 to 25 individuals a month and then get them set up for aftercare to help them on that journey. So yes, it's been a huge service.
As it relates to the Singing River Sleep Center, in my conversations with a wide range of doctors associated with Singing River Health System, sleep disorders are something people should really focus more on. First of all, right off the bat, the importance of sleep just in terms of healing and health, et cetera. When we're not sleeping well, it can lead to lots of other problems. But then there's also medical conditions that also lead to difficulties in sleeping. So the sleep center is hugely important to the overall care efforts that you have in place for patients that want to come to Singing River Gulfport. So that was a great addition, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It's actually in our hospital building, the sleep center is. So we've got 3 rooms that we're able to do sleep studies in. And interestingly, sleep studies are not just at night. Sometimes you continue through the day and do studies just depending on whatever symptoms that you're having. But if you're not getting a good night's sleep, or if you wake up even after a good night's sleep and you're still feeling tired, it's important to see your physician. So because that might be something that you need, because when you're asleep, you don't know what's going on, right? You don't know if you're sleeping well or not. So that's what the sleep study's for.
It's been 5 years since Singing River Gulfport continued to, opened, and we're celebrating that anniversary, but the services have continued to expand. Technology has been invested, and there's having a lasting impact on patients and families throughout our community. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to the Ricky Matthews Show from the Citizens Bank Studio and Singing River Health Talk as we celebrate the 5th anniversary of Singing River opening, Singing River Gulfport, October 2020 is when they came and expanded their services, introduced lots of new technology, and expanding improved healthcare for especially those in Harrison County. So we're visiting with Heather Porter. She's a hospital administrator, and she's also the executive director of support services. And we were talking about these milestones, many that came in 2021. We'll pick it up from right there. I had mentioned the cardiac care expansion, but that was a must, wasn't it, Heather?
That was a must. That's a cath lab. And when you're having a heart attack, the sooner you can get in the cath lab and get a stent placed or whatever need to be done, the better the outcome, right? Because they say time is muscle, heart muscle. So that's very important, especially for, the closest cath lab was down on the coast, closer to the water. So we have a lot of population that lives up in Orange Grove and above. So it was important for that community to have that access.
Same thing for cancer care. One of the things, with the doctors I talked to from Singing River Health System, the oncologists or the radiation oncologists included, the advancement of oncology care at Singing River Health System in general, the infusion services, the advanced treatments, the very sophisticated techniques and technology they have available to them. Just like with cardiac care being kind of a natural evolution, the cancer center was as well, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Again, for the Harrison County residents, and that's one of the reasons we purchased this facility is just access to care. A lot of our patients were coming from Harrison County, and that helped not have to drive so far. So cancer services was just a natural thing to be able to provide for this community. It's been a great ad. Dr. Saleh Shadid is awesome. Patients love him. He's a great oncologist. So yeah, that's been an absolute great ad.
So, again, the story at Singing River Health Systems is technology. I mean, if you think about the first MRI with enhanced artificial intelligence, what that did to improve image quality and reduce scan times for patients has been, a huge improvement in things, hasn't it?
Yes, it has been great. We've done quite a few things in the radiology space to improve the tools that the physicians have to provide care for their patients. So absolutely.
Very good. Hey, Kyle, incidentally, I can't see the clock. That's good. And we'll continue to roll forward. The system introduces the Bear implant for ACL tears. I've had conversations with doctors about that, which is very significant in terms of being less invasive, a less invasive option when you're dealing with ligament healing. But then 23 to 24, multiple specialties continue to expand: endoscopy, pain management, cardiology. The list really goes on and on. It's been exciting to see the increase in services provided by you guys.
Yeah, endoscopy, is one of the ones that we put a lot of resources into. We renovated 2/3 of an entire floor, our fourth floor, and turned it into an endoscopy just center. There are 5 endoscopy suites. We have several physicians, Dr. Plott, Dr. Joaquim. We've added a recent one, Dr. Ulmer, who does children. Endoscopies for children. So it's a really, really nice facility. It's probably one of the, again, the biggest resources that we've placed in this building.
Pain management is a big part of what you do.
Yeah, pain management is really exciting. It's one of the most recent ads. Dr. Dibble and his staff and the work that they do for patients that are in chronic pain, it's life-changing. It really is.
And then, of course, we wouldn't really kind of complete the picture if we didn't talk about pediatric care and why that's important.
Yeah, pediatrics. So one of the things that I'm really proud of is that between 5 years ago and now, there are 125 employees that we inherited when we purchased the building that we still have now. And one of those is one of our pediatricians. But so pediatrics is a big need, of course, but specifically in the GI space that we were just talking about, Dr. April Ulmer, who we've just added with kids and tummies for a pediatric GI option in this area. So
yeah, there's really there's so much more. But as you look forward to the next 5 years and the short time we have together, it's going to be just as exciting, I'm assuming.
I think it will. We're focusing on growth and access and quality. It's going to be driven by what our community needs, because that's what we're here for, is to, improve the health of our community and save lives within our community. So the decisions we make and the services that we provide are driven by what our community needs. So yes, really exciting.
Well, one thing, Heather, I can tell you that, again, listeners know this, but there's a theme in every conversation I have with people from Singing River Health System, and that is they care deeply about the patients. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about helping people find health in their lives and be able to live as happy and as joyous as they possibly can, as everyone seems to be so committed to that. Listen, congratulations on your 5th year anniversary, and also for your continued commitment to healthcare.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're all really excited about 5 years, so thanks for helping us celebrate.
You bet. It's been Singing River Health Talk. Listen, have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Sir.